Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Tully Exclusive. This is episode 2, Mental Strength Part 2. We're going to be finishing up our discussion on inner strength and how to develop mental strategies. I got an exciting show for you today. I'm going to start by doing a quick excerpt from my book, Animal Kingdom, just to get the episode going, and then I'm going to dive in. So where do you find the power to continue moving forward despite all the failure and the struggles in your life? You know, where do you reach down to pull this inner strength, all the energy to keep moving forward? Where do you pull that from? Is it in your mind? Is it in your soul, your heart? Do you work on your goals? For me personally, I was struggling with alcohol for such a long time that I was just lost, and I didn't know how to get out of it, and I was losing all my relationships, and I was barely making it forward. So one thing I learned is that most people, they don't care. They honestly, they got their own bullshit that is going on with them, and it just doesn't matter to them. Talent is not enough. There's plenty of folks out there that are really talented, and they are out there crushing it every day. And strength is a foundation, and without that foundation, a strong, solid, concrete foundation, the inner palace that you are building up here will crumble like sand. Okay. The second excerpt. Where does the strength to take risks come from? You're going to fail. You're going to keep learning and refining what works and cut out what doesn't work. There's a lot of stuff in my own process I had to get rid of because it just wasn't giving me any value. It wasn't yielding me any results. Inner strength can carry you a lot, especially when you're finding yourself feeling doubt. That's actually why I decided to start with this first with the video, is because without the foundation of inner strength, you're going to run into a lot of different problems developing your core talents. So your inner strength, if developed properly, can win the day for you, even if everything else you have going on is crumbled or your systems aren't right. Okay, so that's part one of this show. We're going to dive into the rest of the episode now. We're going to talk about common mistakes and pitfalls when working on inner strength. We're going to talk about not blaming others. We got a couple myths here we're gonna crack down on, and we're going to talk about protecting your mindset. Okay, so stay here, and we're going to get right into it right now. Common mistakes and pitfalls when looking to develop inner strength. Okay, they can come at you from all over the place. I'm looking at social media, getting distracted from your goals by going out just to hang out with friends. Maybe they don't have your best interests at heart, or even family situations. Getting distracted by all the different struggles in life, like car breaking down, job trouble, relationship trouble. I mean, there's no limit. There's no end to this stuff coming at you. So it's really important I'm going to start with this number one. Number one is it's at my top. You have to protect your mindset. Okay, you have to protect your mindset for where you're going. There's so much negativity out there that wants to strip you down and leave you like a beat puppy on the side of the curb. And you really have to develop that mindset that things will be okay. Right? We talked about this last episode. We talked about you controlling you and your emotions and where you're going. Your time is precious. Okay? Your time is very precious to you. You need to put a control on where your time is going. You can't afford to waste time anymore. All right? Each day, 24 hours in a day. All right, you have to make the most of it, especially if you're going to want to grow. Okay, I got books that I write, I shoot video, I'm trying to get in touch with social media and build a community and talk with others. You have to guard your time. Okay, number two, right? These are these pitfalls. Not getting enough sleep. Okay, you need to value your sleep. It's vitally important that you get your sleep in. Now, I know some people wake up really early and some people stay up really late and work. For me right now, I'm in kind of a habit of staying up late to work. I don't love it, but I'm kind of in a habit of staying up till 2 a.m. so I sleep in a little later. And then my kids, they get going for the day. I get their school going. We feed them, and I just get wrapped up in being a husband and a dad, and then the cycle just repeats. The only benefit I really enjoy about getting up early is that you can work in the silent hours and really focus on what the rest of your day is going to look like. Whereas staying up late to work at the end of the day, I'm not such a fan of, because my mental energy is already zapped. That kind of bugs me, but until I find a way to break myself out of that, I'm stuck in that sleep pattern, unfortunately. However, I make sure I get at least 6 hours of sleep, and I usually write down like what the next plan is for the day. So I already have that in my head moving forward. The next one we're going to talk about is to stop blaming others. Okay, this one is big. Jocko talks about this with his book Extreme Ownership, but essentially it's a little riff on that. You just have to stop blaming others for the problems you got going on. And I mentioned this last episode. You have to stay the course and focus on what you can do to change yourself, like getting up early, eating a good meal, working out, changing yourself for the positive. And only you can do that. Other people, they can't make you drink beer or eat the last piece of cake and all the other stuff. Only you can do that. You're controlling your actions, like what you say to others and how you respond. Stop blaming others. That's like my next piece. So next one, which is similar to the blaming others, is being resentful and envious of other people's success, right? You're on a pathway and a journey, and it's different than everybody else's, because guess what? You are unique. You are not the same as me, and we don't think differently. The only thing that we share in common is that we are born, and at some point in our life, we will die. And beyond that, every other choice, for the most part, is up to you. Now, you don't get to choose your family or where you were born into, but you can quit everything, pack up, hit the road if you so choose. There are plenty of people on social media that have done so. You can look them up, and they just put their stuff into a car and hit the road and live out of their car or a camper, or they just move to a new city, because sometimes you need a fresh change. And that's something similar to what I did. I needed a fresh start. So I built that. I made it happen. Next thing we're going to talk about, a myth of being mentally strong, is that mentally strong people behave like robots. All right. Now, that is not really the case. It's just that you are mentally prepared for things to not go your way. I.e., I had some car trouble a few days ago. I had tires to change, flat tires, engine problems. And I was just kind of waiting for that stuff to happen, despite doing all the maintenance and checking the tire treads and making sure everything was going well. I still ran into that trouble. So no, you don't have to be a robot. But there is something to be said for just being mentally prepared that life isn't going to go your way, and you have to control how you respond to it up here. All right. Next, we're going to talk about being flexible with change. This is probably my favorite one. All right. You need to be flexible with change. Why? Because that is life. Life is just a series of events that just keeps rotating, and you need to make the most of these opportunities, because that's where usually opportunity lurks, is in the gaps between change, when things stabilize. Okay, and learning to recognize opportunity and where you can benefit from it is a very key way to develop your mental strength, and that can help you out and pay off big dividends as you move through your days. All right, we talked about protecting your mindset and your time. I'm going to reiterate it, because that is key. That is key, and I don't want you to forget it, despite that we're moving through the video. All right, next tip: stop wasting time and feeling sorry for yourself. Okay, you got to treat every day like a 0 day. You got to do a hard reset, right? If my plan is to post on social media, like a post on Facebook or Medium or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, then I got to build those plans in and make them happen. Every day is a new day, so I got to create something new every single day. I call this a 0 day. Okay, I'm probably gonna write something similar to that here in the future. 0 day, it's attacking every single day. You stop wasting time, right? You gotta figure out those goals that you want to achieve, and then you go out and you knock them down. And that's it. You do the small steps and you just keep moving forward, and you try your best every single day. You wake up and do your best, okay? Make the best use of the skills that you have. All right, I can't stress this enough. You see all over TikTok, women are dancing around and responding to stuff, or Instagram. Everyone's got the clever quotes and stuff. You have to look at what you are good at and work to capitalize that by filling a gap. All right, that's where your mental strength comes into, because you're gonna learn that you'll get praised for things that you do really well. You're a great employee. You show up on time. You have good ideas. Right? Keep the ideas coming, keep fleshing them out, and eventually you're going to get to the point where you're mentally strong enough to break free. Like if you have a job you hate or a relationship that's not fulfilling you in some way, you have that power to get out of it. Okay? So next thing, and this is probably one of the key ones, we're going to talk about being proud of what you do. Each day is a new chance for you to get better and better. And if you, like me, I have trouble with math. I'm in a statistics course right now, and it's beating me like a silly dog. And putting in the time and effort to learn this stuff is really where it comes into play. Okay? Next, where you are today isn't where you're going to be in the next 30 days. 30 days is a long time. You could write a book by then. You could write a course. You could take a college course, a video course. You could start up an online business. You could find a new boyfriend or girlfriend. You could get married, have a kid. 30 days is a long time. So the last tip I have for developing your inner strength, and this is going to complete our mental strength topic for a while. Fear is the number one regret in life. Being afraid of the unknown and saying what if. Now, for me as a writer, what if is a boon, because I can use that to work on my books and my stories. But in real life, what if is just fear talking. And being able to control and compartmentalize your fear is really going to pay off for you big time. If you can learn that skill and how to control fear and move forward despite being afraid. Like you're afraid of starting that business or writing that book or being on social media. Like I get it, because I've been there myself, and this is just my entry level foray into trying to figure it out and get my message out there. Because I think people need a message of hope that things can get better and will be better despite everything that's going on. Really, key takeaway: fear. Protect your mindset. Stop being resentful of others or envious, and really that just mirrors just working on you, the person in the mirror. Okay, so you can hit up my Patreon. I'll put a link in the description if you like what you're hearing so far. Books for sale, Animal Kingdom. I'll put a link on the back end for that, and we can move forward. But either way, the next episode, we are actually going to be talking about staying calm, and what calm is, and how to enhance your calm and peace of mind and not let your emotions run away. So I'm going to dive in depth on that next episode. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. That way you can be notified when my next one drops, and I will see you on the next one, and have a great day.